Welcome to another edition of Highlights, our ongoing education to the candletrust.com family. And one of the things that we look at is obviously candlesticks as reversal signals. But one of the challenges with candlesticks is they normally do not give price targets. So that is why it's so important to add classic Western indicators to candlesticks. Let me show you an example here. So here we have a classic shooting star, long upper shadow, multiple times the height of the real body. Remember, a shooting star should come after an uptrend as it does here, and also that the upper shadow should be twice the height of the real body, which obviously is. So this is a bearish signal. And how do you get a target though? Well, one thing we could look at is the recent low, but one of my favorite things to look at is horizontal support and resistance, and not only because I look for candles to confirm support or resistance, but to see if a signal, not only a candle signal, but any signal gives us an indication the market got above resistance. And once you get above resistance, it's important to hold above that. So notice how it pushed above resistance, and it was really important to hold above this level into the close. By the fact it didn't, this is what we call a falling off the roof, or a false breakout. Now, for falling off the roof, it's important to keep in mind that I define resistance not just by one high, but it has to be multi-tested. So resistance was tested here and over here. Obviously, we had a bearish engulfing pattern here also. So what's nice about this is once you have the falling off the roof, in other words, once the market breaks above resistance, you don't even have to wait for the close. Once it gets back under to here, you now have a target, which is the recent low. And your protective stop on a bearish outlook, or if you have a long position on and you want to exit a long trade, you could do it right here. But if you do go short, the protective stop is the high, because if the market indeed is weak with this falling off the roof, it should not get up here again. And indeed, notice what happened. The market did ultimately reach its target on this session. Also, there's another interesting aspect that we see from time to time. Notice the resistance here and here, and I actually call this phantom resistance because it's resistance most people don't see. So, or hidden resistance. Sometimes we have an emotional extreme, like the market gets up here, and what happens sometimes is the prior resistance. See, this is major resistance because it's a new high, but sometimes this prior resistance, if it's multi-tested, still becomes resistance, like over here and over here. So in this case, it's minor, but it's something to keep in mind. When the market rallying, although this is key resistance based on the falling off the roof and that it's a prior high, we should also keep an eye on this multi-tested resistance, especially when it was confirmed here, to define this once the market starts moving up as first resistance. But the more important resistance level is over here.